Later, Sebastian Coe was back at the Bislett Stadium, Oslo, for the Golden Mile.
When I go with Seb to a meeting, we've done the work and there's nothing much to say, except that I had to say something to him before that mile. It was the Golden Mile, it was the greatest field assembled ever, and I said, you know, you can win this. And he just looked at me and he said, yeah, I know, Dad. And it was so quiet, and so unarrogant, and he's not a pushy lad like that, but I thought, Christ, here we go again, you know.
All the field now bunched in pursuit. They know that a fast race is on as they've moved through. They've had a 57-58 first lap and they're coming through. They're on schedule for a similar sort of pace on the second lap. As they go through, that's about 1:55 for the half mile. And out goes Lacey, so it's now up to Steve Scott of America, and Sebastian Coe's gone with him, and they're leaving the field. A gap has opened up. Wessinghagen not able to move with them. This is a decisive break.
Yes, I think they misread the race there. When Lacey dropped out, it left it beautifully clear. Coglan's seen the danger, number 8, and he's chasing after. But Scott, as Lacey dropped out, Scott kicked hard, and only Sebastian Coe responded, and these two are well clear. And when you think of the calibre of this field, the world's finest runners, and Scott and Coe are well out in front, then Scott has to keep going because he must be terrified of Coe's ability. Coe's devastating finish, and look how relaxed he is. Scott labouring already, turns around and sees Coe, and Coe's going past him, and it's already opening up 10-15 yards on the field, and Coe at the bell, he's going to be ahead of the field. He looks over his shoulder. The time at the bell
is 2:53. They're not only on to a great race here, but we're on to a very, very fast time. If Coe can finish with the same sort of strength and aggression that he did as he takes Scott on this last lap, we could be on for a world record even. It's Coe now, 8-9 yards in front of Steve Scott, the American, and yards in front of the rest of the field, who are bunching in pursuit. They're sorting out, but really it's a matter of strength. It's Coe now against the clock, and all of the field could be on for a very fast time, but it's Sebastian Coe really making the rest of this field look very, very pedestrian.
He's looking round, but he must be confident. A slight grimace, but he's so relaxed, and he's coming away all down this field. Now they're waking up in the pack behind, but it's too late, they're forgotten. Coe's got time to look around, the crowd are rising, and the time extremely fast, very near that world record. 3:49.4 it was, and he's underneath it. It's a new world record for Sebastian Coe, his second in 12 days. A phenomenal run, a fraction of a second under 3:49. Another barrier broached by this remarkable young man. 22 years old, and he has the world now at his fingertips.
His determination is built into him in that he is a winner. He has always insisted on winning. Every family must know the child who hates to be out at cricket, and you just have to forcibly kick him out and say, look, you very definitely were caught, or you very definitely were bowled. It's an aspect, I suppose, we don't really like with our children, but I faced that is really what he was like, although totally unaggressive in any other field. I mean, he never had to be a winner in anything else, but he did in sport.
And a Union Jack from the crowd, attached to the branch of a tree. What a marvellous moment for this young man. So modest, so able, but so tenacious on the track.
Everyone is dedicated if they see what they're doing is successful. I think when he saw he was successful, the more success he had, the more dedication he had. I don't think that if he hadn't been. In fact, I've said to him once, you know, you like success, you like winning, you're very dedicated in what you do. And he said, yes, but if I didn't win, I would find something else I want. If I didn't win in athletics, I would find something else I did win at.
You always strike me as a running machine. You never stop running, do you?
No, I just enjoy it. I mean, it's as simple as that. I just get a lot of pleasure from it.
Tell us about the race now. Could you hear the lap times when people were shouting out?
I heard the first lap being somewhere in the 50s, and I thought, you know, first lap felt quite easy. What surprised me was the third lap, which I thought was going to be the real crucial one out there. I thought that was going to be the difference between a jumped up 800-metre runner and the 2-miler, and I didn't find it as hard as I thought it was going to be.
What did you plan? Because you were saying before the race today that you weren't quite sure how it was going to go, you didn't know how you were going to... Surely you were far more confident than that, really?
I think you've always got to be confident of your own ability. I think, you know, it's pointless stepping out on the track if you've got a certain amount of confidence, but to be quite truthful, you know, when you line up with the world's best miling field, and I mean it, you know,
you just sit in, I think. If you're not a miler, you let them do the worrying and decide what to do.
Would you count yourself a miler now?
Well, in the true sense of the word, no, because I'm not that really. This is the 4th mile in that many years. It's one a year for me.
There's always going to become a time in life when you've got to declare your intent, you know, nail the sails to the mast, colours or whatever, you know, and really go for it. It's a big night, the pressure is there. The minute you commit yourself, people are not only expecting it, but if you admit that it can be on, then of course the media will do the rest.